If you're over 50 and want to feel your absolute best, you're in the right place. We all know age is just a number, but how as we age, that's something we can actually control. One of the most powerful tools we have, you guessed it, food. Today I'm sharing 10 foods that you might want to think twice about if you're over 50. Now, I'm not saying you can have these again, but being mindful of how often you eat them can make a real difference in your health and how you feel. So, are you ready to take control of your health and age like a fine wine? Let's dive into the 10 foods you might want to avoid after 50. Let's be honest, a cold soda on a hot day can be super tempting, but here's the thing, soda is basically liquid sugar. It's a one-way ticket to unwanted weight gain, spiking your blood sugar levels, and increasing your risk of developing type 2 diabetes. And if that wasn't enough, the high phosphorus content in soda can actually weaken your bones, making you more prone to fractures as you age. Jazz up your water with slices of lemon, cucumber, or even fresh berries. You can also try unsweetened iced tea or make your own sparkling drinks with a splash of fruit juice. Staying hydrated is crucial for maintaining your energy levels, keeping your skin healthy, and supporting overall bodily functions. So ditch the sugary drinks and opt for refreshing alternatives that will quench your thirst without harming your health. Think about it this way. Every time you choose water or a healthy alternative over soda, you're making an investment in your future health and well-being. Stay tuned, because up next, we're tackling another food that might be sabotaging your health after 50. We all get those fast food cravings sometimes. It's quick, easy, and tasty. But fast food is loaded with unhealthy fats, sodium, and calories. This can increase our risk of heart disease, stroke, and weight gain. Enjoy it occasionally, life's about balance. Be mindful of your choices. Opt for grilled over fried, choose a side salad, and go easy on sugary drinks. Cooking at home gives you control over ingredients. Quick, easy recipes can be nutritious and flavorful. Ditch the drive-thru and head to the kitchen. You'll feel better with wholesome, home-cooked meals. We've all been there, staring into the refrigerator looking for a quick and easy lunch or snack. And that's when processed meats like sausages, hot dogs, and deli meats can seem pretty tempting. But before you reach for that pack of salami, let's talk about why these convenient meats might not be so good for us, especially as we get older. The problem with processed meats lies in how they're made. They're often packed with saturated fat, which can raise our cholesterol levels and increase our risk of heart disease. And if that wasn't enough, they're also loaded with sodium, which can lead to high blood pressure, a major risk factor for stroke. But here's the kicker. Processed meats contain nitrates and nitrites, preservatives that are used to enhance flavor and extend shelf life. While these might sound harmless, studies have linked them to an increased risk of certain types of cancer. So, what's the alternative? Choose lean protein sources like chicken, turkey, or fish. These options are packed with nutrients and are much lower in saturated fat and sodium. And don't forget about plant-based protein sources like beans, lentils, and tofu. They're naturally cholesterol-free and packed with fiber, which is essential for digestive health. So ditch the processed meats and opt for healthier alternatives. Your body will thank you. Let's talk about two staples that often find their way onto our dinner plates: white bread and pasta. While these might seem harmless, especially for those of us who grew up eating them, they can actually wreak havoc on our blood sugar levels, especially as we get older. You see, white bread and regular pasta are made from refined grains, which means they've been stripped of their fiber and nutrients during processing. This lack of fiber means that they're quickly digested and absorbed into our bloodstream, leading to rapid spikes in blood sugar. These blood sugar spikes can leave us feeling tired and sluggish, craving more sugary foods, and over time can increase our risk of developing insulin resistance, type 2 diabetes, and even heart disease. One simple swap is to choose whole grain bread and pasta instead. These options are packed with fiber, which slows down the absorption of sugar into the bloodstream, keeping our energy levels stable and our hearts happy. And if you're feeling adventurous, why not explore other grains like quinoa, brown rice, or farro? These are all excellent sources of nutrients and can add variety and flavor to your meals, so ditch the refined grains and embrace the power of whole grains. You'll be amazed at how much better you feel. We all know that calcium is essential for strong bones, especially as we age. And what's one of the first things that comes to mind when we think of calcium? Dairy products. But here's the catch: not all dairy is created equal. In fact, some dairy products, particularly those loaded with added sugars, can do more harm than good. While milk, yogurt, and cheese can be great sources of calcium, many of them, especially flavored varieties, are packed with added sugars. These added sugars contribute to weight gain, increase our risk of type 2 diabetes, and can even weaken our bones over time. Look for unsweetened or plain versions of your favorite dairy products. Plain yogurt, for example, is a great source of protein and calcium without the added sugar. And if you're looking for lower-calorie alternatives, consider plant-based milk like almond milk, soy milk, or oat milk. Just be sure to choose unsweetened varieties and check the label for added calcium. But remember, calcium isn't just found in dairy products. Leafy green vegetables like spinach, kale, and collard greens are also excellent sources of this bone-building mineral. So don't be afraid to get creative with your calcium intake. Your bones will thank you in the long run. Now, before you meat lovers out there click away, let's clarify something. Not all red meat is bad. In fact, red meat can be a great source of protein, iron, and other essential nutrients. But here's the catch: it's all about choosing the right kind of red meat. Most of the red meat we find in supermarkets comes from grain-fed cattle. These cows are raised on a diet that's heavy in grains, often corn and soy, which can lead to inflammation in their bodies. And unfortunately, this inflammation can be passed on to us when we consume their meat. Grain-fed cattle are often given antibiotics to prevent illness in crowded feedlots, and these antibiotics can end up in our food, potentially contributing to antibiotic resistance. So what's the alternative? Opt for grass-fed beef whenever possible. Grass-fed cattle are raised on pastures, eating their natural diet of grass, which is how nature intended it to be. Grass-fed beef is naturally leaner and contains higher levels of omega-3 fatty acids, which are beneficial for heart health and brain function. Plus, it's lower in those inflammatory compounds found in grain-fed beef. So next time you're at the grocery store, choose grass-fed beef. It might be slightly more expensive, but trust me, your health is worth the investment. In a world obsessed with dieting, it's easy to think low-fat or fat-free is healthy. But that's not always the case. These foods can do more harm than good. Manufacturers often replace fat with sugar, and guess what? Sugar! Low-fat yogurts and snack bars are often loaded with hidden sugars. Excess sugar leads to weight gain and health problems. Choose natural whole foods whenever possible. Opt for plain Greek yogurt with fresh fruit. Make your own salad dressing with olive oil and herbs. Grab a handful of nuts or seeds for a healthy snack. Remember, healthy fats are our friends. Who doesn't love the crispy crunch of fried foods? French fries, fried chicken, onion rings, they're hard to resist. But fried foods are loaded with unhealthy fats and excess calories. Deep frying increases fat and calorie content. This can lead to weight gain and health issues like heart disease and diabetes. High temperatures create harmful compounds linked to cancer. Do we have to say goodbye to fried foods? Not necessarily. Moderation and healthier cooking methods are key. Try baking, grilling, or air frying instead. These methods use less oil and lower temperatures. Coat chicken in breadcrumbs and bake for a crunchy texture. Enjoy the crunch without the unhealthy fat and calories. Small changes in cooking can impact your health. Stay tuned for more tips on living your healthiest life after 50. We've talked about whole grains and their amazing health benefits, but what about their less nutritious counterparts, refined grains? These sneaky culprits often hide in plain sight, lurking in many of our favorite processed foods. Refined grains like white rice, white bread, and many breakfast cereals have been stripped of their bran and germ during processing. These components contain essential nutrients like fiber, B vitamins, and iron. Without these vital nutrients, refined grains are essentially empty calories. They can lead to blood sugar spikes, weight gain, and an increased risk of chronic diseases. It's all about reading labels carefully and choosing whole grain options whenever possible. Look for bread, pasta, and cereals that list whole grain as the first ingredient. Remember, choosing whole grains over refined grains is a simple yet powerful step towards better health. We all know that a sprinkle of salt can enhance the flavor of our food, but what about the hidden sodium lurking in many processed and restaurant meals? Excess sodium is a silent threat to our health, especially as we age. Our bodies need sodium to function properly. It helps regulate fluid balance and transmits nerve impulses. However, too much sodium can stress our hearts and blood vessels. Excessive sodium makes our bodies retain water, increasing blood volume. This can lead to high blood pressure, a major risk factor for heart attack and stroke. The American Heart Association recommends limiting sodium intake to no more than 2,300 milligrams per day. Most of us consume far more than that thanks to hidden sodium in processed foods and restaurant meals. So how do we reduce our sodium intake and protect our health? It starts by reading labels carefully and choosing fresh, whole foods whenever possible. When grocery shopping, compare brands and choose options with lower sodium content. When cooking at home, experiment with herbs, spices, and citrus juices to add flavor without relying on salt. And when dining out, don't be afraid to ask for your meal to be prepared without added salt. Reducing your sodium intake is a crucial step towards a healthier heart and a longer, healthier life. So there you have it, 10 foods to be mindful of as you navigate your 50s and beyond. Remember, it's not about deprivation, but about making conscious choices that support your long-term health and well-being. Small changes can make a big difference, and it's never too late to start prioritizing your health. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more.